Okay, today we're going to look through the collar pattern for our shirt dress. First of all, we would measure our shirt measurement, okay, excluding the seam allowance, which I've already done. My back seam neckline seam allowance half a mil, 6 mil, 6 mil. Okay, so remember that. So you would have to mark that in and then do the measurement excluding seam allowance. I have 8.5 centimeters for my back collar, half panel. So double of that is 17 centimeters, and the front panel. Okay, this is my center front line. This is my center front opening finishing line, and my measurement is 12.5 centimeters for the front. Both sides will be 25 centimeter, but we're only concerned about half because our pattern will be based on the half out of fold. Okay, there it is. So starting as per usual, straight line across. We're going to start with collar stand. I'm going to make my collar stand 2 centimeters in height. Okay. And then obviously I will have 6 mil seam allowance, which I will worry about later. And just straight up, this is our center back, okay? And so this is our center back of our collar stand. I'm just going to extend this a little bit further because okay. Now, so we have measured our back collar was 8.5. Mark that in, and the front is what was it again? 12.5. 12.5. Okay. Okay. So next thing we'll do, because remember that collar, our neckline is a round shape, it's curved, it's not a straight line. You can do a more simple collar and collar stand without too much curves, but I'm going to do this particular one with a slightly more curve so that when you're sewing, or when it's finished, when you finish sewing, it sits much more comfortably around the neckline, around your collar, around your neck. Okay, so center back, I would bring that line up, the bottom line up half a mil. Okay, same as the top. What did I do? Yeah, I got it. And then 6 mil up. And then, okay, I'll plug this in first so it's easier for us to see. Okay. So this is our total half collar stand length, because we're cutting out of the fold, then that would be doubled naturally. So, and the bottom, just for the front here, at the end here, I'm actually going to bring that up by a centimeter. So a centimeter. Okay. So what we'll do, so our shoulder notch on the collar is very important because that's where the shapes and the curves are happening. I'm not making a very wide collar stand. Just at the top here, it needs to be the top corner needs to be a curve, so it's a bit tricky to shape this with the ruler actually, because you never quite get the right curve, so you can just freehand it, so it's a nice round shape. Okay, that's my collar stand, and I'm going to have six mil seam allowance all around. Okay, now we are ready. For our collar, our turnover collar. Again, straight line across. Okay, so because our collar stand is only 2 centimeters, so the center back of our collar would be just a touch over a centimeter. We'll just make it 2.4 centimeters. So when it turns over, covers 2.6, sorry. I'll make it 2.6 centimeter. So when it turns over, it covers the collar stand on the back. Okay, again, that's on the fold. Now we need to mark in. Okay, so just going to draw this across, same width, and mark in center. Oh, sorry, the shoulder notch. Okay, 8.5 was it? Yeah, 8.5 for the back collar measurement, and front 12.5. 12.5. Okay, but we do have a curve here. So this is, I forgot to mention, this is a centimeter in, okay? So we would measure a centimeter in. Because we won't be stitching the turnover collar to the edge of that curve there. We'll be stitching it to the beginning of that curve. Now we just need to draw us. Okay, so that is our line there. You can draw it again if you like, but okay. Okay, a couple things. For the top collar, we're dropping 1 centimeter below, okay? Again, we are still raising this by 6 mil. You don't have to, but I am. I like my collar a little bit more curved, so it sits comfortably when I'm stitching. Next thing though, I want a really sharp corner for my collar, and I'm actually going to make my collar a little bit more bigger than this. Okay, so this is our matching line to the collar stand. Okay, I'm actually going to make it at an angle extending out by 1 centimeter there, and just draw that across, and I'm going to decide how big I want it. Okay, I'm going to make an 8 centimeter collar width right up the tip. Okay, we're just a bit more dramatic. We'll see how it looks when it turns out. I've made collar bigger than that before, so I think that'll be fine. You can just draw a straight line, but I do prefer slightly curved. I'll just see how it turns out. Let's see. I think that's good. I think we're good. Okay, now don't forget your seam allowance. Just going to smooth that line out a little bit. Okay, I'm just doing some reshaping here. Make sure it's a smooth curve as I like it. You can do a straight line if you like. Even this part for the turnover collar, the back, you don't really have to raise it. You can if you'd like, but it can stay as is. Now, okay, seam allowance, don't forget that. Seam allowance on collar and necklines all consistently 6 mil. Anything more than that, you'll have problems. Or you can trim it off if you've made it too big. And 6 mil here. Don't forget this is cut on a fold, okay? And that's your grain bow. It's probably going to be more accurate if you actually do the full pattern rather than cutting the fabric in fold. But this shirt, I'm going to be very lazy and cut straight from the fabric. Okay, so there's our collar stand and collar. Don't forget, cut 2 of each unfold. And interfacing. The same cut 2. Collar cuts both would need interfacing, so don't forget to cut those as well. Okay, now our placket is 10, our sleeve, next thing is the sleeve placket. The sleeve placket, I've made it 10 centimeter. I've decided on 10 centimeter in height. And the binding, I'm going to do a very simple placket. There's various ways you can do a placket, but I'm going to do, this is a very lightweight fabric, so I'm going to do a very simple one, which is basically, my length is Okay, my length is 10 centimeters. Okay, and I've got seam allowance on each side. That makes it 12 centimeters in total on my width of the placket. Okay, so it's going to be a bind where it binds the raw edges of the seam on both inside and the back of the fabric of the edge. So I want to bind a finishing bind of 1 centimeter appearance on the outside. That would be 4 times of that. Okay, so I need don't have to make it that wide, you can make it smaller, but it'll be easier for me to sew if I do make it wide enough. Okay, so this is my seam allowance. Okay, my bind, I'm not cutting on a bias. I'm just going to have a straight cut. So the vertical, the length of the bind will be outline bind. And we are going to cut 2 of these because it's got 2 sleeves to bind. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, now we're going to do our bind, our placket, sleeve placket. I'm going to use this bottom piece here. Use this side here, okay. So my placket opening is 10 centimeters. I'm going to make a 4 centimeter, a 1 centimeter appearance bind. That means I need 4 times of that. Okay. I'm going to measure 4. Okay. I'm going to make a very simple binding for my sleeve placket. It's a very lightweight fabric. I don't want my placket to look to be too busy or too complicated. This will do. Okay, the lengthwise we do have we have 10 centimeters on one side, and it goes around to the other side. That's 20 centimeters, and we need seam allowance on each side. I'm going to make 10 centimeters seam allowance. I mean, sorry, 1 centimeter seam allowance. Start from there. So we need 20 and another centimeter of seam allowance. Okay, so that should be 22 centimeters. Yeah, so that's it. Okay. But we do need to cut 2. So placket for the sleeve. And the vertical is our grain line. I'm not cutting on bias this one. good idea to cut on a bias so you've got flexibility with the fabric at the corner. But I've got a stripy fabric, so I want to keep that stripe, so I'm going to sew very carefully, make sure there's no folds. Now, that's done. Our pocket is very, next thing is our pocket. Okay. I can't remember what my measurements were anymore. It's really the pattern, pocket pattern is basically 16 in height and 15 in width. Very easy. And then add seam allowance. 15 in height. Oh, sorry, 15 in width. Okay, but I will have a 3 centimeter fold at the top. Okay. So what we need, a height of the collar is 16 centimeters. Okay. But we have an extension of another 3 centimeters to fold in, but I need another centimeter of seam allowance there. Extra seam allowance to fold it in for finishing. Okay, so what do we have here? That would be 20 centimeters, and the width is 17. Okay, we've got 4 centimeters, 16. We do need to add another centimeter seam allowance. What I'm doing is 1 centimeter. You can have your own preferences. I wouldn't go over than 12 mil seam allowance, and nothing less than 5 or 6 mil. If you do anything less than 5 or 6 mil seam allowance, it's going to be very difficult to stitch. Oh, that would be our green line as well, and just cut one pocket. That's our green line. This is our breast pocket. Now we need our pattern for side pockets. We're doing inside pocket, and my pocket opening is 16 centimeters. So So this is my side pocket seam, measurement 16 centimeters. The shape that we have to make is it has to, so we've got 1 centimeter seam allowance for the stitching, okay, or 12 mil. I'm used to Now the shape, you have to make sure it's deep enough and it doesn't get in the way when you put your hands in or when you're stitching. Okay. I'm just doing a freehand one. I don't actually want my pocket to be too big. Okay. Let's see. This is 16. I do need to add seam allowance. Okay. Okay, so this is my finishing shape. Okay, we do need to cut. Okay, this is our green line again. Okay, and we do need to cut 4 pieces side seam pocket. So you need to sandwich 2 together on each side. So this is our side seam pocket. Okay, I'd like to make one last adjustment to my back panel, which I've forgotten last time. Okay. Now, there is a particular purpose of back yoke. Traditionally speaking, it's for comfort and shape. For real practical reasons, we add a yoke on the back and the front, and sometimes on the front, quite often on the front as well, or for design purposes as well. But because I am making a relaxed shirt, so I don't need to consider those. So generally you would cut the yoke on the opposite grain, okay? But I'm just going to, like I said, I don't need practical purposes in that sense. So I'm just cutting my back yoke on the vertical grain line. Okay, what the purpose of my yoke is, one is that's create a bit of a shape, and also I'm actually adding a fold in my bottom panel to create a pleat, okay, for a bit of a design feature and extra room as well. Okay, let me see if I've got enough paper left somewhere to add that. Okay, I like my back pleat, shirt back pleats for a shirt dress quite big. So I'm thinking a 6 centimeter box pleat. I don't know. Okay, so I am going to make a 6 centimeter box pleat, or should I do 8? Okay, I'm going to do 6 centimeters. 6 centimeters. It is a box pleat, so there's double folds on the inside. So I would need another 12 centimeters. That would be 18 centimeters in total, just for that box pleat. But we're doing half. Okay, we're doing half panel and cutting on fold. So that would be, right, that would be 9 centimeters. Okay. So basically, I'll show you in a minute what I mean. So this is what I mean. I'm just going to draw this first, just to show you what I mean by this. Okay, so let's say, okay, okay, I want a 6 centimeter box pleat, and that's my center. Okay, I need to fold in 3 on each side. Okay, so my plate will look like this. It looks like a lot, but it's actually not. Okay, so this is how a box pleat will look like once it's finished. Okay, so this is my 6 centimeter. You're going to fold it in once and then twice. So you need another 6 centimeter on each side. If it's a half panel that we're cutting, pattern that we're making, cutting a center back fold, then you need 9 centimeters. So I'm making an extension 9 centimeters. I still cut a center back fold. I've just extended it. Nothing too fancy. Okay, now we're done. Okay, let's count all the pattern pieces. So we're done for all of our shirt pattern making pieces. Okay, let's see, what do we have here? Okay, so we have the front shirt block, that's one, back yoke, that's two, back panel block, so two back panel blocks, that's three, and then we have the sleeves, okay, and the cup that goes with the sleeves. How many is that now? We've got five. And then we have the collar, oh sorry, the placket for the sleeves. Okay, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. And then we've got the collar stand and the turnover collar. So that's 8 now. And pockets, breast pocket and side seam pocket. That's 10. Let's see, I think that's total of 10 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's it. 10 pattern pieces for an entire shirt. Voila. And next video we'll start cutting fabrics and then we'll start stitching.